Hello, 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 everyone. So I see people are still joining, and yeah, good evening, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome back. So we'll be waiting for a few more minutes. Basically, before we get started, I want people to don't miss the very important update that we are going to have, and we are going to cover a lot of interesting Q&As. As a matter of fact, so there are multiple interesting things as a part of this live discussion. So before we get started, I just wanted to check on the chat. Guys, how are you doing? How's life going on? Excited? Something new going on? Or people is struggling with the job changes, not getting interview call, whatever it is, guys. What's your top of mind things? Put in the chat. What is your top of mind things which are going on? Please put in the chat. I would love to basically see what people are basically uh, struggling or people looking forward. Cool, that will help me to basically structure our discussion, and we will have very healthy discussion, guys. So let's see what people have in their mind, top of your mind, guys. Just quick check, I'm audible and visible to everyone, right? So guys, we are going to have today's discussion, very healthy discussion. There are very interesting questions people have asked in Q&A, and trust me, everyone is going to learn something very important in their life. The kind of a question that people have put today, I'm really really happy, because we are going to have very healthy discussion today. So before we get started, just guys, are you with me? Able to hear? All good? And maybe what is the first top of mind things which is going on? Life is going good? Struggle? People enjoying? People are settled. Life. बहुत पैसा है जिंदगी में, बहुत कमा लिया, अब क्या ही करेंगे? And people worried from AI. So just wanted to know top of your mind. I see a lot of interesting things. Not getting interview call. Me, I'm good. I'm good. Struggling with the system design round. Okay, not getting much interview call. Okay, I see a lot of interesting things basically coming around. Great, 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 great. So guys, with that, let's get started with our Q&As. Or before we get started with our Q&As, shall I share some of the live update? I can share that, don't worry. Let's start with some of the Q&As, and meanwhile I will keep on updating some of the interesting things about the personal update, about the new things probably you can expect, and many more things. So with that, let me quickly share my screen and we'll get started. So okay, so let me know if my screen is visible to everyone. So guys, is my screen visible to everyone? Quick check. All sorted. You can see my screen. I'm just going to present it. Uh, okay, I hope people should be able to see my screen now, and I'm going to make it more beautiful so that people can focus on things in a better format. Okay, I think this is going to be better, where you have a better way. So in case guys you have not put the questions, feel free to put the questions on the Slido. You can see the screen, you can scan and basically put your question. I would also love to see the questions coming on the YouTube chat. So I will be taking mix from both the side. And guys, this is going to be bombarded with lot of items I'm going to discuss. So stay with me for some time, and trust me, we are going to have a very healthy discussion. So with that, so shall we just get started with the first question, guys? What do you say? Let's get started with the first question. So guys, one thing I wanted to communicate, very very important for everyone who is actually listening to me. When you are in such discussion, you may not see the first question is maybe directly relevant to you, but trust me guys, one way or the other way, each and every question that you see is either relevant right now or going to be relevant in future. So I will tell you in a multiple perspective. You may be thinking, hey, I have more experience, why this 1 year question basically belongs to me, right? So sometimes you have to think, when you become senior in your life, there will be something who you are mentoring, or within your team maybe struggling with a similar kind of problem, or the other way around, right? If you are, say, suppose 2 year of experience, going ahead you will be 3 year or 4 year experience, you will be struggling with similar kind of a thing. So try to take good inputs from each and every question and be a good listener. I Trust me guys, in today's world, everyone wanted to be get solutions on a reel. Like, give me 5 second or 10 second, I just wanted to become a master in something, I wanted to get a crux. Trust me, the speed you see and learn things from a reel, which is a very short span, with the same speed you forget those things, right? So if you have to get something healthy and fruitful, you have to focus, you have to be good listener, and you have to devote some time. And hence I will request some uh, some patience, guys. We will have a very good healthy discussion today. Perfect, let's get started guys. The first question: I have 1.1 year of experience as a UI developer. Take a break and enroll in the course to become a senior developer. Okay, you took a break basically, and do you have any suggestion? So, guys, it's my humble request to everyone in the industry, whoever is listening to me. I just wanted to be very loud and clear to everyone. Please, guys, do not do such thing until unless something is very much burning to you. When I say very much burning to you, either you are going through the serious health condition, or it was a very toxic environment where you are not, it was becoming more mental pressure, or your health condition was hampering. Please do not do such things where, because you wanted to upskill and grow in the career, you wanted to first halt and then basically speed up, guys. That's not a good suggestion considering the situation that we are sitting in 2025. So please avoid that. So that is one thing I generally recommend to everyone. Please do not take a break in order to upskill yourself. Not a good advice at all, considering the opportunities that we have, considering AI coming into the picture. 6 months you took in order to up a skill, in 6 month industry basically got changed altogether. What you will do? So it's very difficult to change in that way. Please avoid. So one thing, in case you have already taken, only good advice I can say, you, so I will tell you one good example, guys, right? So good example is, sometimes taking those refreshers are okay, but not taking a break altogether. When I say refreshers, consider example, if you are feeling, hey, it's too much pressure, I'm not able to handle, or not getting time for yourself, it's okay, go for 1 week leave altogether, go on a paid leave, right? Get on a LOP, right? Invest some time in your career, come back, you will only lose 1 week of salary, 2 weeks of salary, or 1 month of salary. That's all, right? You will get that space, you will get that time, do whatever you wanted to do, but don't do this mistake where you leave everything in order to get something better. Sometimes you lose everything what you have in hand. Please, I hope you got the answer. In case you have already done, so I will recommend join as soon as possible. Prepare along with your job, guys. Best thing, best thing. Okay, so let me take. I have 9 year of front end experience, but no interview call. My workspace is toxic. Learning backend alongside my job is hard. Should I quit to study? As I said, guys, quitting and study is not a good option. I will tell you the one of the best thing which most of the people don't give you the advice. The best suggestion I will give to anyone is, if you wanted to learn backend, make a friend in a backend in your existing company only, right? So guys, very important, make a friend in your existing. Okay, let me do one thing. Not this one, I just wanted to see if this works. Not this one. Let's see if any other, guys, I'm just trying to make the view better so that you guys can leverage to the max. Okay, I think this view is better, where you can see me and basically the screen both together. Will keep on changing. Let's see. Now, Very important, guys. When I say please make a friend on who works on backend in your current organization on the same project, the best person who can help you to learn the backend at the same time when you are working in your current company, current project, current organization, without hampering and basically getting on a side where you don't know. Quitting is not a good idea, never ever. So I will tell you what I meant by make a friend on backend in a sense. So please sit with a person who does the backend work. Please try to see how a day of a backend developer goes, what he does, how he does. Try to understand, try to have queries, try to ask a lot of queries, right? That will help you to understand not just the backend, not just the backend or the front end. You will eventually try, you will understand the bigger picture and the product, right? So instead of quitting, please learn, put your own effort, try to learn things outside, but try to see people who are already doing that job. That's the best way of learning, right? So please start doing that if you are not doing. And trust me, most people, when you are senior, you shy asking the silly question, basic questions, and that's the biggest problem with people who get mature. So I will tell you one interesting thing, man. So, and guys, everyone on the chat, basically everyone on the YouTube, you have to basically be loyal, and you have to tell me in the chat if that's correct or not. As you grow in your career, there are certain things that you most of the people stop doing. One, people generally don't appreciate others works, right? What I meant by, if you appreciate other, as you become senior, you stop saying thank you, you stop appreciating other works, right? And the other side, I don't know why it happens, and other side, you stop asking basic questions. You feel sometimes, say, if I ask this small or basic question, other person may be judging me, right? And hence you basically try to be silent, or you try to say, hey, I will go outside, understand that, come back. It's not a good forum to basically ask those questions. How many of you basically does those things very oftenly? Like, nothing to shy around. I just wanted to know. This is, I know these are the two big problems basically that happens when you start becoming a senior, and that's a main hurdle also in your growth, guys. Trust me, right? So please, it's okay. Thank someone who have helped, right? You cannot help always have a toxic culture where you wanted to get you credit for someone else work, or when you say thank you or you share your credit, it means, oh, you are losing the opportunities and someone will get more upon. No, man, you have to be mature when you become senior, when you are growing toward the senior. So guys, please do that. And similarly, when why I basically talked about this, when you are discussing with a, say, suppose backend developer, right? It's okay to ask silly questions. Just ask, hey, I don't know what you're doing and how you're doing, can you help me to basically do that? Very simple, right? You don't have to shy. Hey, I don't know how to debug in backend, can you help me to debug one of the scenario, debug one of the API or the DB call we are doing? Can you help me how this queue things basically works, how the data is flowing, and what is the best way? Can you help me how to deploy in the Kubernetes and what this dashboard metrics means? These are very simple things. Please do ask these questions. The more you ask, the more you will get better. So keep your shy aside and start asking questions. So it happened with someone last week. It's okay. It's normal. You have to accept that first. What is generally expectation from someone with a over 9 year of experience in an interview? There are many things, guys. When you grow in your life, technology is one of the part, but there are many other parameters on which you are judged, right? One of the important parameter are how do you handle conflicts, right? When I say how do you handle conflicts, there will be always be some senior in your team or someone who is more experienced in your team. The person have the different perspective, you have a different perspective, there is a conflict. How do you handle those scenarios? Very very important. How do you make the team culture better and healthy? How you mentor other people? Are you only thinking about yourself, or you are guiding other people within your team also? Are you only investing in your growth, or you are investing in someone else's growth also, right? So these are something which are very very important parameter as you keep growing in your career, right? Other apart from technology is one. Business side of thing, product side of thing, understanding is very important. Are you able to understand the use case and scenarios of your customer? Do you know how your customers are consuming your system, right? If you are able to understand those things, you will make good product, you will make better product, right? Else someone give you the ADO task, or you can say the Jira task, you will just focus on that, get it completed within that time duration, your job is done. No, boss, you have to start thinking beyond that, right? So you have to think about delivery, you have to think about commitments. So in short, guys, I will give you one important suggestion to everyone, guys. If you wanted to grow in your life forever, I'm going to give you a mantra. Trust me. You may be saying that, hey Chirag, I already know this, right? Nothing special you said today. But people who follow this by their heart, they are going to be unstoppable. And that mantra basically is, whatever you commit, go for it and do whatever is needed in order to adhere to that commit, right? If you are committing to a timeline, please do your best in order to be on timeline. If you committed you will do this, do that. If you commit to the any deadline, do that. The moment you know the what how much commitment you should do, and adhering to those commitment, you become unstoppable. Trust me, guys, people will start trusting you, and eventually you will see a next version of yourself, and your growth will go to the next you can say direction altogether. So please, coming to what key areas should we focus on the system design interview for someone with 7-8 year of experience? So very very important, guys. When you grow like 7-8 year of experience, you have to start thinking from a high level design. So you have to understand, guys, low level designs are something which are expected from people who are in college. If I give you a small application to build, if I give you a small problem to solve, are you able to write the code and get the implementation done, get the working code or the application done? If you are able to do, that's a LLD, and that is expected from when you start your call, like as a fresher, that expectation starts. When you keep growing in your career, the level of high level design and discussions that keep growing goes to the next level, guys. Very very important. So you have to understand, high level designs becomes very very important as you grow in system. You have to not think about just the implementation part, but how the your end to end system basically is going to work. So that is a understanding you have to eventually mature, and that's expectation that you're going to get. Now inside a high level design, there are many things that we have already covered. So please dive into that. If you have anything specific, feel free to ask in the chat. Okay, let me take one question from the YT. Okay, so someone is saying, I wrote my business team about the task I did alone with my manager. Should support to do that, but since she couldn't do, I wrote them, and I good. So Rohit, so I see people who are basically going above and beyond, which is expected from a normal developer. You are doing something from a product side, from a business. You are thinking beyond that, which is very very important. So okay, someone said, oh, it took a break because of the family health condition, which is okay. Like guys, वो बोलते ना कि जान है तो जहां है, right? Which is, if you are alive, then only basically you can do anything. Your money will only be helpful when you have you yourself, your loved one. If you are not alive and your loved one are not alive, what we will do with money? Example, right? So anything that you have to do in order to take those critical decisions in life, in order to support your family and your health or your loved one, guys, none of the decision is right or wrong. Whatever is needed at the moment in order to support that, please go ahead. So anyone gives a ज्ञान कि अरे तुम्हें ये नहीं करना था, वो नहीं करना था, instead of regretting entire life कि काश मैंने कुछ टाइम अपने माँ बाप को दिया होता तो आज वो जिंदा होते, राइट? वो वो रिग्रेट आना लाइफ में इज द वर्स्ट रिग्रेट. लाइफ में कितना भी कमा लोगे, कितना भी अर्न कर लोगे, कहीं भी पहुंच जाओगे, राइट? दैट रिग्रेट विल नेवर बी सक्सीडेड. सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, योर हेल्थ, योर फैमिली, राइट, योर लव्ड वन आर द टॉप मोस्ट प्रायोरिटी. उसके बाद दुनिया जाए भाड़ में, टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक. एनीथिंग कैन नॉट बी बियॉन्ड दैट. So very very important, please consider that. Okay, so guys, keep putting questions on the chat. What other questions basically you have, feel free to ask, I will happy to answer. Okay, let me take. So there, I will tell you guys, there are many interesting questions people have kept. I'm going to answer a lot of those questions, so be with me. There are many interesting learnings that you are going to have. Okay, let me see how to give a precise timeline as the product based company like Razorpay, with many variables like PR reviews, ETL, or I'm as I'm a new joinee. Okay, so this is a very good and excellent question, guys, that we have to understand, right? So for such thing, what you have to do, depending on which company you are. Example, if you are in a small company, which is a startup, if you are in a big company, mid-tier company, and you are in a big organization, the processes can be different. When I say processes, some people follow, hey, it has to have the unit test cases, end-to-end test cases, accessibility into that, right? Many of those things should be there. It should have a proper pixel perfect design. Many of those conditions people put in the, you can say, every PR basically you create. And some people say, no, we are a startup, we want to rush, let's keep delivering the feature, and other things basically we'll take care of. Depending on which organization you are, what is the expectation in those organization, understand the process. And now once you understand the process and how much delays generally these process have, what you need to do, you have to put those buffers in your timeline when you are committing. But you have to understand, when you are putting your timelines, these processes cannot be sequential, which means your first PR takes 2 days to merge because it gets through the comments and blah blah blah. You cannot start your next work basically 2 days afterwards. You have to learn a strategy of working on multiple things, on parallel things at the same time. That is a skill that you have to eventually develop if you wanted to have good throughput, which is a output, and also adhering that you are doing justice, right? So please start doing that. That is one. Understand the process, understand how much these processes basically generally takes time. Try to put that basically considering something can be parallel and something cannot be. And one very important thing, sometimes when you put the timeline, people may ask you, hey, why it is basically taking time. So if, be ready, you have a technical reasons to justify that. If you start doing so, guys, very important thing, if you start giving like blind timelines because you wanted to have buffer, saying that 1 day task you are giving 3 days because you have some breathing space. If your manager is smart, if your manager is technical, he knew that you are adding too much buffer, he will start cutting from 3 days to maybe saying